Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Congrats, Ukraine, for believing the lies of the Globo-Homo empire. You will now be rewarded with porn actresses for your wounded veterans. Isn't it great becoming more like the West? You kill off the best and most patriotic young men of your nation in a needless war provoked by NATO. Zelensky then turns into the very epitome of how the West caricatures Vladimir Putin, with war dissenters being locked up, some dying in prison like Gonzalo Lira, churches being shut down, and elections being delayed. Rampant corruption then breaks out, and now you've got porn actresses cozying up next to the men who put it all on the line. And I'm sure Samantha Power is somewhere behind those curtains with her Dia app as they prepare to make Ukraine build back better from the rubble. The app basically functions like a vaccine passport and a social credit score all rolled into one, as we've talked about at length before. Basically, if you are a Ukrainian who wants assistance during the rebuilding process, you better have all your sensitive medical, financial, and personal information uploaded to the app, and it better be able to pass the muster of globalist bureaucrats when they review it and divvy up the welfare spoils. No dank memes can be found on your personal social media. Now, I actually hate to make light of this because it actually is really sad that Ukraine really believed that they were fighting for independence with Western backing, when in reality all they were fighting for was to become a puppet or client state of the West to be sacrificed against Russia. And speaking of how inverted all of this is, the porn lady Yulia Senyuk, known as Josephine Jackson, made her photo shoot into a charity calendar. That's what they're calling it, selecting 12 soldiers, one for each month of the year. Isn't it bizarre how charities become so perverted these days? Like when Bezos or Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or someone donates their money for good causes, quote unquote, but all that really means is that they're using their supposed charity to buy something you can't exactly put a price tag on, meaning influence over how millions and millions of people live. It's also like how the Clintons financially raped countries like Haiti all under the guise of charity, but what they really mean is that they're going to fundraise off the misfortune of others and then pocket most of the money for themselves. Speaking of which, let's check in on Haiti, shall we? I mean, last time we spoke of them, last week, the Dominican Republic was busy deporting Haitians and strengthening their border security because they don't want any cannibals setting up shop in their homeland, all while Biden promised to bring more of them here than he already has. Now we're learning that the gangs are penetrating into wealthier areas, with at least 12 bodies seen in the streets of upscale neighborhoods. Some residents were even forced to call into radio shows to demand police presence because they couldn't get attention through normal emergency calls with so much chaos going on everywhere. Dozens of Americans landed back home over the weekend after our friends at Project Dynamo and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis were able to charter flights for these trapped Americans, working in tandem with the State Department to first transport non-essential embassy and government staff home. Joining us now to discuss is Shane Cashman, a staff writer for Timcast News. Shane, thanks for being here tonight.
Hey, Kara, thanks for having me.
Great. So you and I were on Timcast together just last week. We were talking about Haiti, and here we are talking about Haiti once again. But do you think it's sad that once again the Biden administration is proving better able at bringing over Haitian migrants, unvetted, I may say, cannibals, gang warlords, and all, while leaving Americans stuck there to largely fend for themselves or to wait for the Florida governor to come to their rescue?
Yeah, part of me thinks that they kind of want the depravity to happen, and they want people trapped there. You know, I've been talking about the Clintons. They honeymooned in Haiti. I don't know if a lot of people know that. The Clintons went to Haiti for a honeymoon, walked around, and must have been thinking, this is a great place to destroy, and then continue to destroy, with our friends like Joseph Biden. So unfortunately, I'm not surprised to see these people be stuck there as the country is collapsing. It's terrible.
It really is, and I didn't know that they honeymooned there. It reminds me of Bernie Sanders. I think he honeymooned in like the USSR or some Soviet nation back in the day, singing all sorts of songs, no shirt on, just singing all these tunes like a good old commie.